Hey everyone, it's Kayla, and today is Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey over at GingerReadsLainey, and I will leave her channel below as well as the Goodreads group link, so go check that out. Today's topic is tropes you hate, so let's get started. For those of you that don't know what a book trope is, it's a literary device such as best friends falling in love, or the wise old man figure in fantasy, or, you know, the sidekick character, or different things like that, different themes that you see throughout books. Coming in at number 5 on my list is actually a comic trope, and that is confusing paneling. I cannot stand being confused by art in comics. Not only is the art sometimes confusing, which I can take sometimes because, you know, artistic license, but the paneling, why? For example, Pretty Deadly. Can anyone tell me what's going on this page? Or how about this page? What the hell is up with the little squares in the middle there? Confusing art is one thing, but when the paneling doesn't make sense, I'm just like, I ain't got that kind of time. Coming in at number 4 on my list is the interpret your own ending. I hate when endings are open-ended. Some examples include The Long Walk by Stephen King. I flew through this book and I was loving this book until the ending. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, what am I supposed to take from that? And really quickly, for those of you that don't know what this book is about, it's about 100 boys who have to start walking, and if they stop walking, they die. And it was just so fascinating and really creepy and interesting, and then at the end, I couldn't tell you what happened. I didn't even care for the open ending in Champion by Marie Lu, which Legend is one of my favorite trilogies of all time, especially dystopian. I think I like it as much or maybe even more than The Hunger Games, and that's saying something. The open ending at the end of Champion was just like a kick to the face. I just don't get it. As Draco would say, I don't understand. I don't understand. Coming in at number 3 on my list, we have a love pentagon. Now, you may ask what a love pentagon is. What I mean is, I don't mind the occasional love triangle. What I do mind is when there's like 5 people going on. Ain't nobody got time for that. And the most recent read that I can think that relates to this is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Each of the main characters has 2 love interests. Why is that necessary, especially in a book about the military? It just floors my mind that there has to be 5 points of a love shape in a book about survival and assassins and an empire. Coming in at number 2 on my list, we have the second book of a series where the main characters are separated. Now, there is one exception to this rule. I don't mind when main characters are separated and there's a huge cast of characters. For example, A Song of Ice and Fire. Another example will be the Lunar Chronicles. There's a lot of main characters and it doesn't matter if they're together or not. The story is fantastic. What I'm talking about is when there's basically 2 main characters of a story and they're separated in book 2. Some examples include Never Fade by Alexander Bracken. Loved this book, but hey, Ruby and Liam, they weren't together for the first half of the book. And I honestly feel like when 2 main characters aren't together, you're spending more energy and more focus on the fact that they're not together than actually enjoying and focusing on what's actually going on in the story. Talk about torture. One of the things I enjoy most about Angel Fall were the interactions between Rafi and Penryn, and when they weren't together in this book until like 100 pages from the end, I was like, are you kidding? And I feel like more of my focus was on the fact that they weren't together than what the hell was actually going on in a post-apocalyptic story, and that shouldn't be the way it is. And my number 1 most hated trope, the Gale character. For those of you that have never heard this term, basically I can't stand pre-page 1 love interests. Someone who has been there before you, the reader, started reading, and that they're a love interest for the main character. I just can't stand it. I can't get behind their relationship for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. I just tend to not like pre-page 1 love interests. And it all started with Gale. Let's be real here. Peeta was the newbie. Peeta. The most recent example of this that I can think of that comes right to my mind, Mal from Shadow and Bone. I have such feelings about the love interests and such in this series, and Mal's just definitely not my favorite. I feel like I shipped everyone with Alina except for Mal. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Let me know below if you agree or disagree with any of my choices. Let me know below what you hate in books the most, and I will see you all soon with another video. Bye!